Hey guys, happy Groundhog Day to you. Even though that damn little sucker sees his shadow about every year and we gotta put up with winter longer. But anyway, and also congratulations, Chad O'Neill, Man Blog Man of the Week. Man Blog salute to you, Chad. You're a real man. If you haven't checked out Chad's channel, I'll put a link down below. Go check him out. He's got some videos up. He's working on a 62 Buick. And his very first video that's on his channel, he was one of those lucky guys that had a viral video. Had, I think, about 88,000, close to 89,000 views on it. It's a video of his dad redneck sledding a bulldozer. Pretty cool video. Yeah, go check that out, guys. Anyway, like I said, yeah, I'll put a link down below to Chad's channel. And anyway, so you guys know the deal. Cigar, cup of coffee. You guys have been here enough. You know where the coffee pot and the humidor is by now. So grab yourself some. Let's shoot the bull. So yeah, guys, anyway, I'm thinking of changing the name of the show from Shootin' the Bull to Shootin' the Groundhog. But yeah, speaking of shooting the bull, guys, I'm not sure those curveballs that life tends to throw us every once in a while. One came my way the other day, and so yeah, I'm going to be pretty busy for the next couple weeks. Can't really talk about what's going on yet. I will. I'll fill you guys in later on. But anyway, yeah, I'm going to be super busy for at least probably the next couple weeks. So I'm not sure, I'm still going to be filming the how-tos and everything from work and all that. But I'm just not sure when I'm going to have time to edit and upload and all that kind of stuff. So if a couple Mondays go by with no shooting the bull, don't worry about it. I will try to get back on the wagon, so to speak. But yeah, like I said, I'm just going to be real busy probably for the next couple weeks. And anyway, with that, I'm going to cut it short this week. I'm going to leave you guys with a really cool, we'll travel back in time to 66 for another Impact 66. This video here is actually one that General Motors put out for their sales force. Got Lorne Green in it. I thought that was kind of cool, and he makes a couple references to Bonanza and stuff like that, so I thought that was kind of cool. But yeah, it's talks about telling the salesman how to sell the product and so forth, but there's some really cool footage in there of some Joey Chitwood shows. Yeah, guys, you'll see that from my first Joey Chitwood video, which was like 56 or 57, something like that. This one's 1966, so you'll see how Joey's show has changed quite a bit and how the vehicle's changed and have better brake systems and all that, just in those 9 or 10 years there. But anyway, yeah, check out pay special attention to the part, they call it I think they call it the rock test, where they just take one of the, I think it's an Impala, and they just go back and forth from drive to reverse, and yeah, it makes me wonder how well one of today's cars would stand up to that. But anyway, guys, yeah, I'm going to leave you with that. Y'all have a good one, and we'll talk to you later.
This is the way they settled things in the Old West, with sudden impact. But this isn't 1866. It's 1966. And I'll tell you something. You separate fact from fancy, and you'll find far more impact in the modern world than back in the days of wooden sidewalks and watering troughs. Back then, Jenny Lind appearing at the Opera House was a once-in-a-lifetime affair. Hamlin's Wizard Oil, a miracle drug, cures all pains in man or beast. The general store was the focal point of community activity. But this is another century. Entertainment, television, radio, motion pictures, stage shows, they all compete for our attention. Miracle drugs? Why, the list is endless. And they do work miracles. The Cracker Barrel has given way to the supermarket, the stagecoach to the jetliner. We're surrounded by a sea of wonderful products to buy, each made more appealing by modern merchandising and salesmanship. And that's the point. In a world crammed with impact, your voice has to be heard over all others. And so, welcome to Impact 66. Our theme, put more impact into our selling. Now, we're here to explore ways to suck home an idea, an advantage, a feature. Not just knowing an advantage, not just saying it, but putting genuine enthusiasm and fire into it, smacking it home so it stays remembered, making something come alive and be important. That's why today, in this once-a-year merchandising rally, we use the big screen. We move around. We dig under sheet metal and generalities to get at the heart of what we have to sell. Impact 66 brings you facts, demonstrations, ammunition for each of your 5 different lines of cars and full line of trucks. Your products are loaded with impact, but you have to pull the trigger. Watch. Just like that. And you know something? Your prospects expect and want you to use showmanship and enthusiasm when you sell. Oh, speaking of showmanship, let's see the kind of impact automobile stunt drivers put into their exhibitions.
This is Chrissy Katamaki, speaking for Chevrolet and your line of 66 products.
The place? The GM Proving Grounds, Milford, Michigan. The event? The 1966 Thrill of the Year demonstration program. The top cars in the industry, driven by the best drivers in the business, Joey Chitwood and his Hell drivers, plus the drivers from the Proving Grounds. And now, a pulse-quickening demonstration of precision control. Watch how built-in Chevy handling teams up with split-second timing. You can almost hear those bumpers click. It's that close. That is real ride control. How does your 396 cubic inch power plant stack up against the 409? Well, let's pit them in a quarter-mile drag from a standing start. The winner, your 396. The top speed, 92 1/10 miles per hour. That's moving. And so is this. Now, a punishing test of transmission and drive components, the rock cycle. A real torture test. Here's a look at the Turbo Titan 3, a multi-fuel turbine engine. A 6-speed automatic transmission, astronaut seats, twin dial steering in place of a steering wheel, the truck of the future, operational today. What happens when a front tire blows at 90 miles an hour? Let's find out. Perfect control, basic built-in stability. How fast can the sizzling SS-396 go with 360 horses and a 1/4 mile from a standing start? The top speed, 103 5/10 miles per hour. Next, Corvette, flat out on a high-speed run. Here it comes, and there it goes. Top speed, 151 3/10 miles per hour. That's moving. Next up, a rugged test of suspension, frame, and chassis. Here goes. The toughest chassis design in Chevrolet's history. Yes, sir, your 1966 Chevrolet's in action. Showmanship on wheels. And salesmanship, too. All through the year and all over the country, Chevrolets travel the thrill show circuit, creating a strong image of rugged performance. These are the cars you're selling today. 66 models right off the showroom floor.
Signal from Joey Chitwood, it's action. Drivers to their cars. In true Indianapolis tradition, gentlemen, start your engines. Precision artistry in high-speed action, the ultimate in control as they utilize the full width, length of the stretch, scissoring high side low and low side high. It's high-speed touch and go, striking elevations, changing sequence over elevations 1, 2, and 3, high and low, low and high. An occasional tap of the brake and frequent bursts from those high-performance engines, utilizing both for control and safety. Now taking a car up on 2 wheels and holding, maintaining that point of balance. Now the X1 space rocket propulsion shot. Tolerances here involved in 1.5 inches on either side as they enter the breach area of the X1-2. Joey Jr. behind the wheel, makes his way around the raceway. That critical moment approaches the breach area. He's in. Slamming down.
The sights, the sounds that spell excitement. Thrill shows that feature 1966 Chevrolets. Thrill shows that keep selling all year long.
That's quite a show, isn't it? And a lot more people are going to see the Joey Chitwood Thrill Show this year than ever before. About 10 million pairs of eyes will see it, because it's going to be shown as an action-packed short subject on big motion picture screens across the country. It's starting its run right now in first-run theaters. Now, this kind of action is one way to present 1966 Chevrolets with impact. Of course, you're not about to give your prospects a demo ride on 2 wheels or take a few ramp jumps. But isn't it true that you want your prospects to feel the full impact of your product? Now let's take an excursion behind the scenes and see the lengths to which advertising men go to put impact into your television commercials. Here at Fort Macon, Georgia, A brand new Chevrolet commercial is being filmed. A crew of 26 men and literally tons of equipment have been brought in. The crew will labor for 8 solid days to shoot 2 minutes of film. The script calls for a Chevrolet to be assembled right before your eyes without a human hand touching it. Can do? Yes, sirree. These fellas can do practically anything. Parts of a specially prepared car are suspended on invisible wires, and the car is pulled apart, piece by piece. Later, the motion picture film will be run backwards, so the parts appear to fly onto the car, as you'll see in a moment. The script also calls for parts of the car to come flying off a tree, while still others are to rise from the ocean. Oh, those script writers. For the final scene, an explosives expert has been brought in to plant charges of dynamite throughout another specially prepared car. All set? Cameras rolling? Fire! Now let's look at it as it was recently seen on Bonanza in 23 million American homes.
What you're watching now is the beginning of one of the most exciting things that will happen this year, the beginning of a 1966 Chevrolet.
And there it is, a lively, impact-filled commercial that will have plenty of people wondering how it was done. But you know the secret. 26 men working 8 solid days to make it. Well, that sure seems like going to a lot of trouble just for 2 minutes on TV, doesn't it? But what better way to dramatize all of the exciting elements that are fused together to make a 1966 Chevrolet? As a salesman, I'm sure you go to a lot of trouble, too. Digging into all of the many features you have so that you can blend the right combination of them together into a sale. Hours of work focused right down into minutes of selling. But that's what it takes today. Now, let's get back to some of those product features that you have to sell. How much digging have you done under the hood? Are you in a position to do full justice to a power plant as advanced, as efficient, as revolutionary as the 396? Do you have enough facts to fuse together a portrait of power that will sell? Watch.
And here it is. The sensation-making 396 cubic inch turbojet V8, Chevrolet's big engine for 1966. The biggest thing about it is an ingenious new design of exhaust and intake valve ports that really does something for engine breathing. Breathing is just as important to an engine as it is to a person. The easier it breathes, the more power, pep, and economy you're going to have. In older type engines like this one, breathing is restricted by sharp bends in the manifold passageways and in the design of the valves. But in the 396, Chevrolet's new aircraft type valve system and special port design produce straighter passageways, making it easier for the fuel mixture to get in, the exhaust gases to get out. Everything about this engine contributes to its greater efficiency. The way the valve stems protrude from the head at precisely calculated angles, which is the reason they call it a porcupine head. The bigger air filter, 40% more area. It's a terrific engine, and it's available in both 396 and 427 cubic inch displacement. And here's something else. Your special high-performance engines carry the same Chevrolet warranty as your other Chevrolet engines, while Fords and Plymouths have only a limited warranty. Your performance engines cost less than Ford engines of comparable power and equipment. Your engines have the axles to go with them to get the most out of them. This is the most advanced engine offered in any production line automobile this year. So now let's see it in the only way that an engine should be seen, in action. So open up your mind to the full opportunity before you and sell power in 66. Sell the new 6, the smoothest operating 6 you ever saw. Sell the 283 V8, the most popular V8 ever built. Sell the 327, more power this year. Sell that sensational new deep-breathing 396. Sell it in all 3 blazing power options, 325 to 375 horsepower. Sell the red-hot power-punching 427, the street version at 390 horsepower, and the high-performance 427 with solid lifters at 425 horsepower. In 1966, your big story is engines. Demonstrate and sell. Sell the full range of Chevrolet power and performance in 1966.
Yes, sir. Whatever people want under the hood, you can give it to them. From all-out economy to all-out performance. You have the finest engine lineup in the industry. Now let's dig a little deeper into some of the many product advantages you have in Chevrolet cars and trucks over competition. But first, a word about the things that you're about to see. They're all based on cold fact. Fact turned up by extensive product testing. We brought a number of cars and trucks of all makes and models to the desert proving grounds in Mesa, Arizona. Our report to you is based strictly on what the engineers uncovered. But instead of confining ourselves to raw facts and figures, we're going to give them to you with a little showmanship to add impact.